What's up, everybody, and welcome to my SmackDown review. A lot of things going on in this show tonight as we build into SummerSlam. A lot happened on this show, I should say. A lot that doesn't make sense in some sort of ways, but hey, there's still things that happen on this show before, SummerSlam that is coming. But we do kick it off tonight with the Firefly Funhouse with Bray Wyatt. As he said, he didn't want to hurt Braun, he only wanted to help him, but, it ended up with his friend Alexa Bliss there getting attacked by the Fiend, and that no one is safe. And all, Braun's got to do is give him what he wants. And pretty much there was a whole bunch of photos of, Braun Strowman on the wall and everything with the eyes cut out. And he was upset that a lot of people were sliding into his DMs, pretty much saying he's responsible to what happened to Bliss last week. But this is all Strowman's fault. All he's got to do, like I said before, just give him what he wants. And he knows what it is. But he says later on tonight, he's going to bring someone special with him. And he pretty much advised Strowman to give him what he wants. Or, something. He's going to find out what he is truly capable of. Next, though, we got Matt Riddle versus Sheamus to kick off the first match out of the show tonight. This was not bad. Solid match. Kind of actually enjoyed it at the same time, too. Very good match. I'm glad Sheamus has moved on and we don't have to see him in that very bad feud with Jeff Hardy. We don't have to see that anymore. But now, since he's going against Riddle, which is not a feud or anything, I thought they had a really good match. But, unfortunately, it ended in a DQ, which was Shorty G there, Chad Gable, whatever you want to call him or whatnot. Pretty much coming out to attack Matt Riddle because he, still trying to win Corbin's ransom, the bounty for Riddle's head, and try to take him out. And as he tried to take out Riddle ended up pretty much reversing, taking out Shorty G there. Pretty much beating him up, throwing him into the steel steps, and then kicking him in right after that. And as Matt Riddle left and danced away, Sheamus ended up giving him a bro kick, and then pretty much got on the microphone and says, "You took my win away, you took my opportunity away." He wanted to go for that bounty also, so he took out Shorty G and gave him another bro kick. So 2 bro kicks on him. They beat the living dog crap out of this guy, basically. So like I said before, very good match. But the finish, DQ finish, which this ain't the first DQ finish we got tonight anyways, but we still got that going on. Next, Baron Corbin was talking to some woman in the back. Is this the same woman they had from The Bachelor or something? Because I didn't even know who that was on Monday. And why do they even have somebody from The Bachelor on this show? Because I don't even know if anybody even watches that, especially if they're watching wrestling and whatnot. Because I'm like, who is this woman on TV again? And they kept saying, well, she's from The Bachelor. I'm like, who? Where? I watch that shit. And as Corbin's talking to her, pretty much Sheamus came up and pretty much says, next time you send your little minion there in my match, he's going to put a foot up Corbin's ass then. And Corbin pretty much says, I got to deal with Jeff Hardy tonight. But I'd be happy to put a dent in his skull for you. And pretty much Corbin, went back to talking to this woman after Sheamus left, which, like I said, I don't even know who this woman is. But, hey, man, you got to remember, they keep saying Corbin, the women want to see him on TV. Remember that whole thing that he's just sex symbol or something? I don't understand that, but there you go. Next we got Miz and Morrison for the dirt sheet. As they talked about Sonya Deville beating up Mandy Rose last week, they pretty much talked about how Mandy Rose's hair was cut off. Their microphones didn't work for a second because we all know this new group is coming around, Retribution, which I'll get into them later on. But expect more, lights to be going out, microphones to not work. And they introduced Mandy Rose. Mandy Rose's hair as kind of the whole theme song went, because, when it does the whole Mandy. You probably can't hear me because your voice is so soft, but it has hair right after it. Basically, it was some blonde wig with, googly eyes and whatnot. And then next thing you know, Miz and Morrison, mostly Morrison, trying to make fun of, the hair. Like, hello, this is Mandy's hair and everything. And, I'm real upset to what happened. This is a horrible segment. I cannot do this voice because it doesn't make any sense. And then Tucker there, he eats too much meat and cheese. And then, Morrison, we got the hair splitted, and it's just bad, okay? And we're working on a hair Netflix deal right now, so this is how Morrison sounded while I'm doing this voice, because it made no sense. It sounded like a Mickey Mouse impression for some reason. I don't know where this is going, but basically he just made a whole bunch of hair jokes and everything, which I felt that went on for 5 minutes. And then next thing you know, Sonya Deville came out to talk about Mandy, how, cutting her hair was, really great. And that she says she's a woman of her word and everything. And that, where is Mandy? How she hasn't been seen. She hasn't posted anything on the internet because, that's going to get a lot of likes and whatnot. And pretty much says she's going to make Mandy, ugly on the outside as she is the inside. And that she's weak. And she's going to destroy her in the ring. And then look at her mental state right now just because of a little haircut and whatnot. And she said, listen, the crowd, I'm sure, is waiting for, Mandy to come out, get her revenge. But it's not going to happen because she's broken. Broken, you say? Oh, we're not going to go into that right now. But pretty much they haven't heard from her or anything. And where is she? And, they still made fun of, Otis, and now they really do look like a couple, because they look like a couple of ogres and everything. Next, Heavy Machinery hit the ring, and pretty much, chased away Miz and Morrison and Deville after that, which is going to be pretty much going to end up in a tag match later on. Next, Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro came out, as Cesaro was getting ready for his match against Lince Dorado with Grand Metalik. This was a very good match for the little time they had given. I like this a lot. This was good, real good, because I thought the best thing out this, one of the best moves out this match was when Dorado jumped out the ring and Cesaro caught him in a powerbomb position. Dorado ended up grabbing plexiglass and everything, jumped off of it, did a big Hurricane Rana on him, and pretty much knocked him into the steel steps. The lights were kind of going in and out during this match too. Dorado pretty much coming back with another springboard, but Cesaro caught him, which looked pretty cool, and hit him with a big backbreaking in after that. Like I said, this was really good just for the little time that was given throughout this match. Dorado pretty much ended up hit him like a big Hurricane Rana or whatnot, or a Hurricane Rana pin. I forget. It's been so long, I don't even know the move anymore, but pretty much had to pin him with a Hurricane Rana and whatnot. But Cesaro was able to get out of it. Pretty much hit him with a big uppercut then right after, and then hit him with the neutralizer for the win. This was really good. I like this from both Cesaro and Dorado right there. For the little time they had given, this was some good shit. I liked it. Very good match. I'm sure people wonder why Cesaro is not even pushed anymore, but I don't mind him as the tag team champion right now with Nakamura. I'm okay with this. But good match. Good match from the little time given they had out there. Next, Heavy Machinery was interviewed by Caleb Braxton as Otis was pissed off. Tucker pretty much said that sign was despicable, and Miz and Morrison can't let this go and whatnot. But Otis went on and says, listen, I can deal with people trying to pick on me because I've dealt with that my entire life. But now when you mess with his beautiful peach and whatnot, that's where he draws the line. And they're going to find out what happens later when you piss Otis off. So good promo from them. Next, the Fiend came out. One thing I should say is that everybody that was the wrestlers, the performance center wrestlers out of the crowd, they were all not there. So basically this was an empty arena entrance, which still looks cool either way. And as Wyatt was in the ring, somehow Alexa Bliss appeared in the ring, I guess as a hostage or something now, which when did she even get in the ring? I don't even know when that happened. Like, she just kind of appeared out of nowhere. And once again, like, Wyatt stood, pretty much the Fiend walked around her, and was going to do the same thing like last week, pretty much used the glove and, pretty much put the mandible claw on her. But, next thing you know, she put her hand up and blocked it. I don't know if it was to hurt a heel hand or whatnot. But she touched the Fiend's face then, and pretty much he backed up a little. So very interesting that she actually stopped him this time and backed it away, which I feel like I can tell where this is probably gonna lead to. But it was kind of strange that Bliss was just in the ring randomly though, I guess. But she was probably like a hostage or something. Next thing you know, Strowman shows up on the screen and pretty much says, "I don't care about Alexa Bliss," because he think that was going to play with his emotions, which just remember him saying that line right right there. I don't care about Alexa Bliss. 9 times out of 10, she's going to screw him out of the title at SummerSlam. I can see that coming a mile away for some reason. And he says the only thing he cares about is ripping Wyatt limb from limb. That, you know, when he went to that swamp, only 2 men could have emerged, and that the most evil man that existed, and, you know, he says he's going to be ripped to pieces and whatnot, and you're going to be standing in front of him now, the most evil son of a bitch that ever existed now. Because Strowman's just trying to do this whole deep voice and talk and whatnot, and, you know, I tried to resist the monster, but I'm done fighting now. He said, you know, I'm the monster or whatnot, and, you know, he could have had what he wanted, but now you're going to be fighting a monster at SummerSlam. So, you know, he's going to get these hands and whatnot, and he just pretty much, basically, Strowman's trying to be the Batman now, okay? He's trying to sound dark and brooding and try to put on this deep voice and everything, and, like, his face is all, you know, just close into the screen and whatnot, and he just kind of, like I say, he just tried to make up this whole, like, big scary voice now, especially when he says, I am a monster. Yeah, I was expecting him to say, I am vengeance. I am the Knight. I am Batman. That's what I expected him to say. He wanted to be the Batman. He wanted to be the Batman. Just like from the show, okay? Like, come on, I am vengeance. What he said, I am the monster. Oh, so you're Batman now. I'm vengeance. I'm the Knight and whatnot. That's what I expected him to say. He wants to be the Batman for some reason. But obviously, this match is going to happen at SummerSlam, of course, or whatever they had Strowman being. But like I said, with Bliss being out there and even grabbing the Fiend for a minute, just touching his face, and he kind of backed off a little. Yeah, she's going to join up with him, or if they even change her look and whatnot, and she's going to turn on Strowman at SummerSlam. Just watch. The minute Strowman says, I don't care about Alexa Bliss, yeah, you can see this coming a mile away, alright? So, I expect Wyatt to get that belt back by SummerSlam. It's happening, okay? But Strowman's promo, I just thought he wanted to be the Batman for some reason. Just how he talked, and everything, that's how you try to expect Batman to talk. Just very brooding, and his face is in the screen, and I am the monster. I am vengeance. You know how the line goes. I'm not going to say it a third time, but that's what I could take away from this segment here. Next, Corbin went against Jeff Hardy, which the match was a match, but it ended up in a DQ with Sheamus bro kicking Jeff Hardy, which we got another DQ. What is this, the second DQ of the night? And now we get Sheamus versus King Corbin. Who is the face here in this situation? Because aren't both of these guys heels? I don't know. And someone point this out tonight. Corbin is in 3 feuds right now, technically. So you're in a feud with Matt Riddle. You're kind of in a feud with Jeff Hardy when you called him out. And now you're in a feud with Sheamus since Sheamus got beef with you now. So Corbin has just got feuds all over the place, and he's the heel. And Sheamus is a heel too. So I thought this was actually a heel versus heel match. And the match was okay for what it was. But Riddle actually came out as a distraction, doing a springboard off the ropes, pretty much rolling out of the ring. Sheamus hit him with a bro kick, and Sheamus beat Corbin. So yeah, we got Corbin versus everybody right now for this bounty on Riddle's head, or the King's ransom and whatnot. So yeah, more interference. Well, we got a lot of interferences also too from this. But yeah, another DQ in this match. Next, Bayley and Sasha talked about how they got all the gold and everything, and how, you know, Bayley's got to face Asuka on Raw next week, but they had to come out because Stephanie McMahon had to talk to them through a video conference and later on tonight. Big E was also interviewed as he talked about how, you know, he's been a tag partner, he's been entertaining, a friend for the past 5 years, but now he gets a chance to see what he can do when he has the ball now, because he talked about how he's rolled down the ring and put cereal down people's mouths, and talked about, you know, he's got a lot of endorsements from his friends and whatnot to go on his own, and there's a lot of pressure and everything, but he's going to be lifted up and whatnot. And basically, he pretty much said, this is an opportunity for me. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show everybody what I am. And pretty much, and you know, that's why New Day rocks and whatnot, as he told Kayla. One thing to take from this with Big E, and I will say this. Now I know a lot of people have heard about Booker T's comments lately that Big E needs to shed some of the New Day gimmick and whatnot if we're going to take him seriously as a singles competitor right now. Because some people do believe he is still kind of a little bit too goofy and still in New Day mode. And I know Xavier Woods kind of talked on that too, because I thought about this. Some go back to Kofi when he was the WWE champion. Now, yes, this is what brought these guys to the dance to begin with to where they are right now. But I think a lot of people had a problem with Kofi. Was that some think he was just too much New Day and too goofy when he was the WWE champion, and should have probably been a little bit more serious. And do I think Big E? I'm not saying Big E needs to change his whole gimmick and everything, possibly, but you can't just have him, being too much of a goofball since he's going to be a singles guy. Now, if he can go, I don't know, kind of go back to his original NXT Big E and just do the 5 count again and whatnot, the 5-5, the 5 count and whatnot, maybe we can do that and maybe put a little bit of New Day in there. Some say it could be at least 50% serious and then 50% silly at the same time and whatnot. So, I can kind of understand that, because if we do want to take him seriously as a singles competitor now, he needs like an edge or something at least. Like I said, he could still be Big E and be funny, but he can't be coming out he can't come out as a goofball every week, because some people say we need to push this guy towards the championship now, or at least the Intercontinental, which he's been Intercontinental before, but push him at least for the Universal title or whatnot. I don't know how they can build that up. But I think that can happen. Just there's got to be a way of doing it. Okay, I'm not sure, but like I said, Big E's on his own now. He's still New Day, but we can take this a little bit more serious. So I kind of thought about Booker T's comments. I can somewhat understand what he's saying about that. But hey, this is what technically got him to the dance to begin with. So I don't know. That's something to think about when it comes to Big E, but I can understand they need to take him. He needs to take himself at least a little bit more serious right now and whatnot. But we'll see where this goes, and hopefully the singles push can work out really well. Okay. Now we went back to Sasha and Bayley as they talked about pretty much what they've done, and since they've been the champions, being role models, as Stephanie McMahon was on the screen and whatnot, that they've made their mark in NXT and where they are right now, that they've been role models for everybody in the women's evolution, even for, kids all around the world. And Stephanie says, you guys have done great being on all 3 shows and whatnot. But you guys took a lot of shortcuts to where you are now, especially what happened at Extreme Rules and whatnot. So this is what's going to happen. Pretty much told Sasha that you're going to be defending that Raw title at SummerSlam, and it could be against Asuka once she goes against Bayley this Monday on Raw. Well, possibly, she said if. And Bayley there, I guess she's going to defend her title at SummerSlam in pretty much a triple brand battle royale next week. So Raw, SmackDown, and NXT will be in a battle royale to see who will face Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship at SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not really sure. The Battle Royal sounds interesting, I will say that. For Sasha, maybe it is a rematch against Asuka at SummerSlam, or maybe they put Deville in and it'll be a triple threat. I'm not really sure, but we'll just have to see what happens from that. But like I said, Battle Royale, so that is interesting to see. Miz and Morrison, they talked about Heavy Machinery tonight, and, called them ham and eggers like they were Bobby the Brain Heenan for some reason. So yeah, we got their little promo from there. But in the main event, we got Heavy Machinery going against Miz and Morrison. Deville was out there, which as the match went on, wasn't bad, but for some reason the match ended up in a DQ when Mandy attacked Sonya Deville, which makes 0 sense why this was even ended in a DQ. I don't understand why they rung the bell for this. It's not like Heavy Machinery or Miz and Morrison got attacked, and basically we just saw Mandy and Sonya brawl as everybody held them back and pulled them away to stop them, which we still had some minutes left in the show, so this wasn't the end, and they were still brawling in the back as they put the credits on the screen then, but then next thing you know, the lights went out then, and everybody kind of looked around while the lights had gone out, and since the power was down, this group called now Retribution, the people we saw on Monday that have caused all the technical difficulties and throw Molotov cocktails and whatnot, pretty much were all in black and had hoodies on, and they had a whole bunch of weapons with bats and crowbars and pipes and whatnot, basically just destroying everything and beating up stuff. They chased away Cole and Graves as they ran for the hills, and then they messed with the cameraman, say, we're taking over now, you may want to leave. The cameraman ran off, and they just started beating up the glass, and then they beat up some of the wrestlers, the spectator ones, I should say, the performance center students, and left them on the ground. By the way, it's 4 guys and a girl, so that is to be known. So I don't know what this group is about. And they had a chainsaw in, and they said, we're taking over now. And, they just, there's a lot of curse words that was said that they had to bleep out and whatnot. They flipped the announce table over, and they said, we're going to burn it down. And just spray painted all over the place, which I don't know. It had like a W on it, like X out. I guess they were, against the WWE for some reason. And they had a chainsaw in. They had a chainsaw, and they started ripping the ropes apart and just breaking everything. So they destroyed everything, okay? Because they messed with the lights throughout the entire night and all the technical difficulties. And they're called Retribution, but what are they against then? If they're called Retribution and whatnot, who are they against? Some people think this is almost like Nexus and whatnot, how they used to destroy everything. That was damn near 10 years ago at this point. And we saw how they attacked, and destroyed Monday Night Raw back then, and, beat up Cena and the announcers and CM Punk and Gallows at the time and whatnot. The only difference is it's only 5 people, and it's 4 dudes and a girl. And, they got weapons and everything, and we don't know who they are. We don't know what they look like. Some people think it's misused wrestlers that are pretty much pissed off that they're not going anywhere. And listen, I've heard rumors throughout the past few days now that, one, I heard they said Dijak was in it, but obviously none of these guys aren't really that tall, and Dijak's tall, so I think let's count him out right now, because I've already heard people say these guys are like they're 5'3" out there, so they don't even look that big. I know there were rumors saying it was the Undisputed Era last Monday. They thought it was them. Some are saying this is supposed to be like that group Antifa right now or something, which I've heard in the news lately with all the other what's been going on, all the protests. I don't really know a lot about Antifa and everything. I just know they're their own group, and they're supposed to be anarchists or something, because that's what happened during a lot of, with the protests that have happened in the past few months and whatnot, which, like I said, they're their own separate entity, so they're about chaos and whatnot. They're not, they're not part of with the peaceful protest. But I'm not going to go into that whole thing right now. You just have to look that up yourselves and whatnot. But I've heard Antifa's been around for a good minute now and whatnot. But like I said, I don't know a lot about Antifa. Okay, that's just kind of going to my knowledge. But that's what they said WWE is supposed to be parodying themselves after. So I don't know much about it. Some people said they had something to do with all what the riots like a couple months ago or what now, when everybody was rioting in everybody's city or something like that. So I don't know. I'm just taking a guess by what I've heard and read. Okay, I need to look up more into that. But basically, they're anarchists. They destroy everything, but we don't know their motivation. We don't know why they're doing this. Maybe we'll find out Monday when they have unmasked themselves. My friend told me tonight that one of them sounded like Childish Gambino, which is hilarious, so that was funny to me. But we don't know what they're about, okay? We don't know who they are. And I don't really know who to guess who they are right now, but I was interested by them. I will say that, for them just beating up and destroying everything on SmackDown on the end of this show. Okay, so maybe we find out who they are on Monday, maybe we don't. I don't know, but that was very interesting that this group called Retribution just came out and kicked the shit out of everything and just destroyed stuff. Okay, so that's what I can take from this when I'm looking at SmackDown tonight. But I don't know. Even my friend told me tonight that it could be ACH, which let's not go into him, shall we? Come on, we all know what happened last time, folks. So I highly doubt it'd be ACH. Come on, after that whole shirt thing, you think he coming back? Not happening, okay? But I will say SmackDown was interesting on some parts, from the ending to I'm trying to see what else I'm trying to. Damn, I was almost like I forgot everything that happened on this show. Because, well, we already got Corbin in 3 feuds. So, I'm not even. The whole ransom thing is just going on all over the place. The Miz and Morrison segment was pretty bad. The Fiend segment was not that bad. But Strowman trying to be Batman right now. Yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense. Trying to see who else did something. Cesaro versus Lindsay Dorado was actually pretty good just for the time that was given to them. So, I didn't mind that. But SmackDown, I would say, was somewhat up and down. I think a lot of people were just mostly talking about the ending, about Retribution coming out with weapons and just beating the shit out of everything to whatever they could see out there and destroy and just break everything, okay? So, I'm not sure where this is going, but we'll see what happens. But like I said, maybe we'll find out Monday. But that's all I can really say about SmackDown tonight. So, other than that, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any other review that has been done in the past week or whatnot. And, we'll see what happens next. But other than that, I'm out of here. I'm about to go check out this whole U.S. title tournament for whatever they got going on with New Japan right now. So, I'm going to check that out. So, yeah, it's me, HWOD, coming at the news and reviews. Know what I do with the show, and I flow, and it's going down. We're done with this review of SmackDown. So, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.